Stop.
I was kind
of. I found the problem. I found the fatal flaw.
Why?
This is what happens.
Okay.
Your brain has too much information, and you have to filter out. You're telling me. I go.
I just said no?
No. You go. Yeah, that's a good friend of mine. And then you're like, back when he was 12, his favorite cereal was actually not oatmeal, but it was something else.
What am I doing again?
We're hot.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm giving you the same display I have.
Yeah. We're mirroring displays, everyone. We're mirroring displays. I mean, we're hot. We're rolling. Boing. We're in the zone. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Is anybody hungry?
Sorry, I'm like distracted. I'm
do your thing.
I'm gonna give you eye contact in a minute.
No, please. You're playing Tetris. I get it. He has more important things going on than being.
Oh, here it is. All right.
Boom. A mirrored screen.
All my bullshit.
So we're going to be going through we're going to be doing Excel spreadsheets on this show. He's going to lead us through. We have an expert. This is actually one of the higher ups at Excel, PowerPoint master. And he's just going to walk us through how to maximize most of your Excel needs.
That's correct. I sent him a script. So everything he says has been pre-written.
Yeah.
So,
so you maximize,
already know the answers.
How to maximize your Excel needs due to the constraints due to the constraints society. No, hold on. Let me start over.
Society, but
Excel, Excel, more for your life. Excel in your life. Use Excel spreadsheets.
And listen to Excel.
Listen to the band Excel while you use Excel spreadsheets. Now we've gone full circle.
And it's coming up. It'll be in the story.
It'll be in the story.
I'm gonna try to go chronologically, but let's just say, what's up?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
My guest today, I'm going to say that I'm just going to, and don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of people don't know who this man is. And I'll say why.
That's why I'm here.
That's why he's here. And a lot of it is an age bracket. He's at an age where most of the people currently digesting this kind of content don't know what the fuck, don't know. Now, some heads will know. Particularly, people that grew up in LA and people that did graffiti in LA will probably know who this person is. And I'd like to introduce Chaka. No, I'm just kidding.
Daniel Ramos in the house.
I'm kidding. This is not Chaka. This is
the elevator incident was on purpose. I meant to do that. Thank you.
That's another deep cut. Is that if you know the history of LA graffiti, you do know Chaka, and you do know that when he was in court for graffiti, he caught a tag in the elevator while the news crew was there and got busted in court for doing graffiti, which is...
You just pushed my hand. What do they say? You forced my hand, and now I have to pull up this picture just to kind of make it relatable so that it can be like, oh, wow, so he is connected. He's not just making that joke because he read about it on the internet.
No. So are you kidding?
Check this shit out.
It's interesting that this stuff.
I'm gonna dive right in.
To quote the cotton industry, it's the fabric of our lives. Chaka catching a tag in the elevator of the LA County courthouse just becomes part of the lore of our entire history.
Dude, I got so much fucking stupid shit to show you.
What is all this? Wait,
this is my life. Okay, we're gonna start in this weird zone.
Wait, can we before you? Okay,
wait.
Let's max out this window because.
I'm trying to make this full screen.
This is a beer nuts meeting?
Here we go.
What's happening?
All right, so pretty much.
Let's go bigger.
You're very close.
I'm very close.
You're very close. This is Whisk's wedding.
Oh, shit.
This right here, can you see my cursor?
Yes.
That is actually Chaka.
No way. Can you go bigger?
I am proximate.
You have to blur that out. You got to blur that out.
Yeah, how do we... Oh, really?
He can do that in post.
You have to blur him out?
I don't know. Just out of respect, Chaka's still active.
But that's my guy. He'd be fine with it.
Yeah, but I can't blow him up. No, Chaka's
right,
still in the streets.
All right. Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
People know what he looks like.
We're
except
gonna
for that news show. I mean,
right.
You saw him.
Yeah, but no one's done the what do they call it when they age a photo to show what he may look like later?
So you can zoom on this, so I don't have to worry about downloading it and making it full screen. You're gonna. Or should I do that?
This needs to be bigger.
Better fidelity, I'll tell you that.
No, make it big.
Jesus Christ. All right, hold on.
You got to max out this whole thing.
All right. No, it's fine. They'll all.
What's he doing? He's screenshotting it. This is insane. This is like an Excel
No, is that
spreadsheet.
wrong?
Oh my God!
What is it doing? I'm retarded.
He's booming out on us.
I fucked it up. Fuck you.
He's booming out.
He's right.
He's booming
There's the down the there's hold on, kids.
No, hold on. There we go.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's the same thingamajigger here. I think they here we go.
There we go. Now we're talking.
All right, asshole.
Look at
there
this.
you go. Full screen.
That's
and it
like
looks
your-
just great.
Wow.
Look at that. All right, so ready for the roll call?
Yeah.
Die BC.
Sick.
PJ West Coast artist.
Sick.
Ash West Coast artist.
Amazing.
Frame
Wow.
K2S.
Raul Gamboa.
Dread KSN.
Wow.
Realm KSN looking drunk.
Realm winner. That's
Clay
That's our
BC.
narrator, Clay BC.
I forget these dudes. They're BC dudes, and I think they're both passed.
Are you sure they're not? They're not the two people that came together to form Doom? No.
Where is Doom? He's not in the picture. But check this shit out. Okay, all right. So I've already pointed out. There's Chaka.
Yeah.
Sir Charlie.
Oh my God.
DTK. That's right.
Charlie.
Pyro.
Wow.
Rival. Rest in peace. That's my guy right
And
there.
then there's Whisk.
And then Whisk.
Listen. Okay. Let
And
me
then
just. Can
some
I just
guy with the beanie at the bottom. He tried to photobomb. You don't get credit. All right.
listen? This picture. This doesn't.
This is just
I
the
wish.
tip of the iceberg.
I wish people knew what this. People throw around the word in this day and age legend very easily.
This picture is about to explode because it's heavy.
Okay.
It's a heavy photo.
People say you're a legend, you're a ledge. These
Whatever.
are every name that you mention is
They're all in tuxedos.
bro.
Well,
those
half of
are
them.
all killer. Those are all graffiti killers at that time.
Pioneers.
Pioneers. And these, oh my God, dude! KSN, you have KSN, you have Charlie, which is like. Let me just talk about Charlie for a second.
Do it.
Can I talk about Charlie?
Do it.
Okay. Mite, do you know what Mite is?
I've heard the name many times, but there's a Mike. And by the way, what rhymes with Mike?
Psych.
Tyke. So
Okay.
let's give a giant shout out to
Shout out to Tyke for
right
putting this
now.
together.
Word up.
Okay,
He hooked
shout
us
out-
up.
Tyke
And we'll
did-
explain
Tyke-
how
Tyke
that
did-
worked out later because that's hilarious too.
I'm sure the Tyke part of this is always Tyke has always got some angle.
There it is.
Something's going on.
There's your shout out, my guy.
Tyke, shout out to Tyke for putting this together and putting us on a text. But okay, Mite won. Now,
Yes.
this is okay. I gotta say something. This podcast, this one we're doing, this is absolutely the best podcast for me and the worst podcast that will come out because no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know.
But I love
I'm going to
fuck 'em.
pepper it with pop culture later as I dive into my adulthood.
Say something about Katy Perry somewhere.
No, I mean like the Loud Records and all that
yeah,
shit.
we'll get to that. If you guys hang on long enough, we will mention Rick and Morty at some point.
That's true.
If you hang in here long
That's
enough,
true.
we will talk about Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
But you have to wait through about 27 years of like just archival graffiti history. Okay, Mite won. MYTE, NSAWR, MSK. Mite, I don't know where Mite is right now. I think I follow him on Instagram. Mite is absolutely a genius. Like there are some listen, there are some guys
Gotta meet him.
there's some guys that wrote graffiti that should have been in like Caltech. They should have been like cracking code for like maybe the Germans.
Well, it's
another
everything.
time.
That's the thing. It's like the most fucked up. All right, everyone's fucked up. We know
Everyone's
that.
fucked up, yeah.
But like from the every spectrum meets up in graffiti.
every spectrum.
And you're in every neighborhood. Like that was
Yeah.
the best thing is
Yeah.
like your boy might live in fucking South Central and you're like, all right, well, I'm coming over. We're going to fucking draw all day.
We're gonna draw all
bet.
day.
And then it's nighttime and he's like, you should probably spend the night or you'll probably be shot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll
Yeah.
spend the night.
Yeah, it was
Listen
like a
to
way
fucking
for
music.
like fucked up kids to sit around and draw together and not be nerdy because don't be cool. We're doing damage.
Right.
We're
this
destroying.
is for damage later.
Yeah.
But we have to design it first.
But we have to sit and
then we're
draw
gonna
together
kill
for 16
something.
hours.
Yeah.
We have to get high and be like, cool arrow, man. It's really cool. I like that. I like that fill in.
Predecessor being testers models where you sniff glue together when you're in like 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
No, we did that.
So
We build hot rods.
Mite's black books. You know what? I should have pulled out a stack of books to show you. I can pull a book. I'll just show you a page. Mite was fucking brilliant. Still is. Just graffiti wise, like, you know, there'd be a bunch of guys in the crew and he would just be doing some other shit. Like you look at 5 pieces and his 6th piece was like, what the fuck's happening? I remember he drew a piece that was an entire golf course in a book. And I remember looking at it and being like, I'm still to this day I can't touch it. Okay. Anyways, Mike, one day we're doing graffiti, we're painting. He goes, you ever wonder if you're painting for yourself or if we're just painting for Charlie? And because like Charlie, if people don't know who Charlie is, the writers will know. Writers from LA, I don't care how old, you will know who Charlie is.
Or you need to know.
You need to know. Charlie, what was his cues from?
DTK.
Yeah, I didn't want to, of
He's
course.
from the Valley.
DTK.
Sun Valley.
Yeah. Charlie DTK. The cleanest, number one, most consistent, one of the cleanest, most consistent and prolific graffiti writers for piecing of all time.
I have to just jump in because now I show my age even more.
Yeah.
His crew were all fucking killers. And nobody knows them because they stopped early. Blinky, Genius. These are the DTK guys.
Oh, yeah.
And Genius went on to do fucking Marvel Comics.
Oh, really?
I stayed in touch with him.
Really?
I was so jealous. He got a gig doing something for Ralph Bakshi's Cool World.
Oh,
and
wow.
I fucking went there to meet Ralph Bakshi and show him my shit. He was not impressed. I didn't get shit.
Yeah.
I just left there with a handkerchief with his shit stain on it.
Right.
And it was like, great to meet you. And then Genius is like, oh yeah, I'm designing the superhero at the end that plugs up the gap, you know, at the end where there's that giant tube and he stuffs the cartoon characters in it. Whatever. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But he designed that character. Legends.
Cool World. Anybody Cool World early? Fuck Roger
Ralph
Rabbit.
Bakshi,
Cool World.
Look, it didn't hold together as well as Roger Rabbit. Let's
it doesn't.
Funky about it, but it's still
dude.
Ralph
So
Bakshi.
he got to work. I mean, also that was the other crazy thing about graffiti writers is that you get like, you know, let's say a small crew is 20, 30 people, get them all together, and not everyone gets to end up working for Marvel or for a film or doing anything. A lot of us end up just being like, some of us are still doing graffiti, some of us just fucked up, some of them die, and some of them end up being like plumbers, you know?
Sure.
Which is all great.
It's the full spectrum. It starts that way and it ends that way.
It ends that way. But then also there's a one guy who you're like, all of a sudden, like, you know, we had our buddy Cokes, you know what Cokes is.
See, you're just like hitting all the buttons. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking. I'm
Cokes,
gonna pull up another photo.
I remember Cokes got a job making movie posters, right? And I remember at the time being like, my mind was like, wait, like he was making movie posters. He had an Audi, you know, he bought a house in the Valley. This is so long ago. I didn't have to pot the piston.
It's like
and
before anybody was like popping off, he was already popping off.
He was popping off. I remember when he bought a computer. We're all graffiti writers. He buys a Mac and he brings it into the house. This is how old this was. Yeah, there it is.
All right, but you see his, but what's that thing above it?
What is that?
What is that?
I don't know.
I wonder what that is.
What is that? Zoom in.
I don't know. Let's zoom in on it.
Okay, that's some. Oh wait. Oh, I know this piece. Oh shit.
It was in the same show. It was a fucking response to the riots.
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck isn't it showing the fucking top where it says my name? God damn it.
You know who owns that piece?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, so you know Pat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, Pat owns the Cokes.
He owns the Cokes one.
Yeah.
Yeah, who owns yours?
But I know who owns mine. This to be disclosed later.
Okay,
it's
we'll
not
talk later.
important.
It's like I'm in Inception right now with this stuff. It's just going. I barely. Okay, so my friend Sonny, shout out to Sonny. I doubt he's listening, but Sonny, aka Cokes, when we were kids, they had a house on Sawtell. He buys a Macintosh computer.
Mm-hmm.
This is like maybe 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe late. I can't call exactly, but
probably like 92.
It was definitely beige.
I can't remember the names. They started out with like G2, G3, but there was one right before the G2 that had like a number code, and that was the first one.
Yeah.
And Todd James had that.
Oh, really?
And all the fucking New York dudes that were like really savvy, they all had them.
Okay.
All the fucking savvy graffiti dudes, and we just like flocked to them. And one dude actually lived in Williamsburg. He had a studio loft space in there. It was Mayor, Kel, who are brothers.
Wow.
And Ernie from New Wave. All these dudes were ahead of their fucking time.
Yeah.
They had computers. They had it all worked out.
Yeah.
And me and Todd would go there and learn from them and be like, teach us the ways. What is this box that you have with the light coming out of the screen? You know, we were just like, you can draw in that fucking thing?
Well, okay.
So it's like 92.
You were
on
obviously a smarter man than I, because when he bought the computer, I go, why do you need that? What are you doing with that? He goes, I'm just gonna fuck around with it. And I'm like, okay. And then I'd be like, hey, here's a piece I drew, like do something to it. And he would like take a piece, and he just put every Photoshop filter on it and print it out. And I'd just be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Next level.
Yeah, next level. And of course, like, this is I think we barely were just getting phones at that time. I think we're coming out of pagers into phones.
I definitely did not have a phone yet.
Yeah. And if I had a phone, it was a shitty flip, right? It was, it was before this like, revolution. And
I have to trace the history. I can't remember when I got my first phone, but that wasn't it.
No. So I got sidetracked.
It's all good.
My ADD is flaring up.
I just like you keep mentioning stuff, and then I'll keep bringing out pictures that connect to it. Or if we fuck that up, then we can relegate back to the history. I want to go back to some embarrassing early shit at some point, but I like this narrative because it's more organic.
Yeah, I was talking about people, things happening. Cokes, Sonny.
Right.
Sonny had a job making movie posters. He had a nice car. He bought a house, and we're just like, he had a house with a pool.
So he's what, like 20?
No. He's older than that, but in his 20s, I think. I would guess.
Because 92, 93, I'm like 22.
No. This is like mid to late 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we all had
I believe.
Okay.
And I remember he ended up getting a job down the road through some friends of ours. He got a job as the art director for Where the Wild Things Are, the Spike Jonze movie.
Oh, fantastic.
And it was just kind of like...
Great.
And sometimes I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy.
That's so awesome.
Because he's just a graffiti writer.
Right.
And he also was very curious, and he really educated himself. Like when he bought the computer, I think he went to CalArts maybe for a bit. He was just had this mind to where, like we would just get high and be like, hey, Sonny, fucking draw alone on a giraffe drinking a beer, and be like,
right.
Yeah, okay. He'd draw it, and give it to you. You're like, I can't. No reference. Like to this day, if you put a gun to my head and tell me to draw a giraffe, I'm gonna give you like a camel with Down syndrome, maybe. Like,
who used to do that early on was Alexis.
Yeah, Alexis like that
can
too.
Pull that shit out too.
He's a crazy draftsman.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Really
fun. Alexis has spent so much time drawing people to make fun of them that he hurt his neck doing it. Yeah,
that's our bond. I mean, the thing is that's the whole narrative to this. Is it's like all my friendships with people throughout graffiti is just seeking out the freaks. Yeah. I just want to find the fucking weirdest guys that have the funniest concepts and ideas. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if they're artists. Yeah. Let's just freak out and fucking, if some of them draw, that's cool. But like, man, like when I first met Finn, we would just fucking joke, and he would like turn me on to fucking like, he was like friends with Divine Styler. So he would like have all these fucking brand new records that had just broken in New York and be like, this. And I'd be like, no, oh my God, Ultramagnetic MCs. Oh my God, Masters of Ceremony with Grand Poobah. Oh my God, oh, what the fuck? This shit is all genius. He's like, oh yeah, Divine. He's going to be at Water the Bush. And we're like, oh, we're fucking doing graffiti there, so we'll get in free. So then we're, then Bronx Style Bob, all that shit that was going on, all those fucking shows. Yeah. And it was like meeting Finn connected me to this other part of like LA that I wasn't really tapped in on. Yeah. Because I was like just a graffiti guy. Yeah. But he was like from the Valley. Yeah. But he knew Divine. He knew Everlast. He knew all these guys. They all went to the same high school. I think Ice Cube went to that high school. Mm-hmm. They all went to Taft. Mm-hmm. And it was this kind of like connection. And I was like, this skinny white dude knows a lot of shit. And he's fucking really funny. And he's down to bomb. Yeah. And we're going to go hit freeways for the rest of this fucking year. Yeah. And like my whole crew is like going to yards in the daytime and like making burners. And it's cool and it's great. And everyone's like, oh, these are amazing. Great. Boring. Dude. Fucking boring. I loved it. I loved learning how to draw better by doing that. But like I got bored. By 1988, I was like, man, those guys used to paint trains in New York. What do we do? And then I met Finn, and he was just like, I'm going to go bombing. We're going to go hit fucking the 10. Okay, let's go hit the 10.
Not only is he going to hit the 10, he's also going to scribe on every urinal in every Denny's in the entire greater LA area. Yeah. Not only that, he's going to do that, and he's also going to, he literally at one point used bum shit to write shit on my friend's piece. Like he's like a performance artist who also wants nothing to do with anything.
And no credit.
No,
and
no credit. He hates anything.
Yeah. Here's the most brilliant thing he used to do. Jonathan, you know how much I love you. One of my best friends. The thing that I used to love, the most entertaining thing that he would do, he'd be like, I'm giving away all my photos and my records. Here, take everything. He'd just give me all his stuff.
Yeah.
And I would save it all. Because I knew at some point he'd be like, you still have those photos?
Yeah.
Like, of course, man, right here. But he was that guy. He was just like, yeah, I'm getting past this. I don't think I need any of this stuff. He was just like purging. Just like, I don't need this. Here, you take it. And I was just a fucking voracious collector. I was just like, give me, I'll take it all. Yeah. Oh, fucking Danger Zone by China White. Fucking The Grim. My cousin sang in this band called The Grim.
Yeah.
It was Mystic Records, old fucking punk rock label.
Yeah.
That was like, was Oxnard. Oxnard Hardcore. Nardcore. Anyone? Punk rockers, you know Nardcore
there's some
compilation?
There's some Nard heads.
He was on the Nardcore compilation. Not a nice person. But Finn found out that he was my cousin. And so he bought those records and he'd be like, dude, look, I found your cousin's record. He just give me shit. He was just the coolest dude.
What a guy.
He didn't have that kind of like, I'm completely materialistic. I want shit. I want to own it. I want to hold it in my hand.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't like that. So it was intriguing. I was always like, what's up with what makes this guy tick? What is his shit? What does he do? He just, he's
ungovernable. He's untenable.
Right.
He can't be bought.
Right. And he was the first dude that would be like, yeah, I'll see you in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
An hour later, you're like, what the fuck is this guy? Only bombing would he be on time.
Right.
If it was just some social shit.
Yeah.
Total crapshoot.
I just don't think that there are people like that, sure. But I think that more now kids are raised to, it's like Andy Warhol was not right. He was like, he undersold it. How crazy it would be. Like in 15 minutes, like everyone's raised to be famous all the time. Like
where we are right now.
Yeah, where we are now.
Oh, it's his wet dream. It's everything he had possibly imagined plus more.
Right. And Finn is one of these people who like literally doesn't. I remember talking to him and being like, bro, why don't you sell art? He's like, that's lame. I'm like, what? He goes, I want to be a Teamster. I'm like, and I'd be like, bro, you can just sit. What you want to do manual labor but you can just sit and paint and sell your shit. You know what? He's like, he just wants to stay kook free.
Right.
He doesn't want to deal with any kooks.
It's such an LA thing. I don't know what it is. Like there was this whole period, like when we were in high school, where everyone would be like, oh, dude, I'm anti that.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's about that. I'm anti.
Yeah.
I'm anti.
Yeah, anti.
That was the punk rock thing, to be anti everything.
Yeah.
And he held on to that in a way. And it's like, I don't know, he's scot-free. He's clean of it.
The best story.
It's like I've had to fucking sit in fucking rooms and meetings with the biggest assholes.
Yes.
To get the check and to fucking get the job. He doesn't do that.
He doesn't do that. He does his job and he goes and he does and he goes, I'm going to go to fucking Ecuador for 3 months and just like hang out. You're like,
that's right.
And you're like, who's free, motherfucker?
Exactly.
Who's really free? Exactly. I mean, I'm not even being like, I understand at the age I'm at now, how crushed I am by my wants and needs. It's retarded. Oops. But it's fucked up. And
sorry, kids.
It's not good. And like, it's, I mean, he's a very unique person, and
it's just that I really characterize it as very LA. There's something so LA about it. LA history. Can I segue? Just do some fucking like me moments, just to be a fucking dork. I'm just gonna be a fucking total dork about this because I put this together. There's embarrassing shit. There's cool shit. There's things where I'm obviously trying to be like, look at me. I was cool when I was a little kid. But
just so we're clear, this is RELM. This is RELM from KSN, everybody. And I don't know if you King Stop at Nothing crew. And just so you're also clear, KSN, when I was a kid, and still like KSN was a crew I looked up to as like kings. I mean, the name is King Stop at Nothing, a king crew. There's like, and at the time in LA, there weren't really like all the crews were serious, and all the crews like it was like if they were at the top, and I can't say who's underneath them because that would be beef, but even the crew 5 rungs down is fucking sick.
Had their shit together.
Sick, wired up tight,
going crazy.
Yeah. Like it was no fucking around. Like people were just like,
it's true.
Right.
It's true.
Everyone was just like. And that's what I came up under and seeing that and being like, fuck, dude, those guys.
There weren't that many there. See, someone's gonna be like, there were a lot of crews. But the visible crews, the ones that were hitting really hard, it was probably like 5 or 6, maybe 10 at the most.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like people don't remember like RTA,
Yeah.
L2S,
Oh yeah.
Sinner, Mark 7.
Yeah.
There was a connection. Finn knew Mark 7. I knew Dello
Yeah.
from West Coast Artists.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were friends.
Yeah.
And so there was this kind of like bridge starting to get built even early on. You know, and it was like we lived way far away from each other, but they had their own yard.
Yeah.
And you could go down there and see what the fuck they were up to.
Yeah.
And those dudes were fucking killing it and had their own style. Almost the way the East Side kids had their shit, they had their own shit. And it was like kind of like the South Side look. And it was different. And it was because you were isolated. You were away from other people. So you're like developing this own shit. And I know like West Side writers, they get a lot of shit for being like, oh, you guys just learned everything from New York. And like Soon came and he basically gave you the fucking like building blocks and you just built from that, which isn't a lie. It's true.
Yeah.
But there's so much story there. Like, and I'm a weird character because like I'm from the East Side. I'm from around here.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up, originally I grew up on Lafayette Park Place and 6th, which is very close to MacArthur Park. Yeah. Like a block from MacArthur Park. Yeah. And I'm old enough to remember them filming Car Wash on 6th Street.
Fucking way.
I was around when people were still saying Jive Turkey.
No way.
You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
I'm 52.
Oh my God.
I fucking lived I lived a block away from the Big 6 market. If you fucking know LA, you know Big 6 because it's still fucking there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And across the street was the Car Wash. It's in the movie. Big 6 is in the movie. That was our market. And I'd go there and we'd go get shit or whatever. If my dad forgot something, I'd be like, oh, fuck, you forgot the cereal that I like. And I'd walk over there myself and get my fucking Captain Crunch. Yeah. And I'd look over and it'd be like fucking Richard Pryor and whoever the fuck. I didn't know who he was, but I knew they were filming there. Yeah. And then later I fucking loved that movie and I got the soundtrack and everything. It's fucking Rolls Royce. Yeah. Fucking Norman Whitfield production. I'm also a music dork. Right. Like I fucking get crazy about soul music and shit. So I kept like going back to it and I was like, holy shit, I was there. I remember that shit. So that's amazing. That's like early LA. And then in that building, my dad's an artist. He moved into that building because there was like just tons of space and it was a rental, but he couldn't afford it. So he got all his artist friends to live there. So it was like this big commune. So I was just living with a bunch of fucking freaks in that house. Even Ornette Coleman's son, Donardo Coleman, was living in the back house, fucking strung out on heroin. Oh, wow. That I would go visit him because I'd be like, yo, are you the new tenant? He'd just be like, yeah. I'd be like, hey, he's real sleepy, Dad.
This guy's so chill.
He's always sleepy.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
And then years later, I'm like collecting these records and I'm like, oh shit, The Empty Foxhole by Ornette Coleman has Donardo playing drums at age 10. Whoa. So anyways, I'm going to go off on tangents no matter what, but I'll try to jump off the music and go back to wherever, Atwater Village, right? So we get kicked out of that big house on Lafayette Park Place and I go to Atwater Village. I'm like 9. So it's still real. Yeah. It's not what it is now. I don't even think they had Village attached to it. Yeah. That was 1979.
There must have still been like dirt lots and shit around, right? Like,
dude, my house was on a fucking dirt road. Yeah. All right, now it's time to pull out the fucking 70s and 80s photos.
Oh my God.
I'm ready for you, man. I'm ready.
Bro.
Here's the fucking squad.
Whoa.
So check this out. Ralphie, Dougie, me, Larry. I don't know whose dog that is, whatever. I got my Webco. He's got his fucking Mongoose. It's not top of the line shit, but we got fucking cool bikes. I think what's his name's got his I don't know what this is. Maybe a Torker or something like that. This kid, Ralphie, was the first kid I ever fucking spray painted with. Boomer time.
Boomed out. He boomed out, you guys.
I boomed out.
He's back.
All right, I'm back. This is, all right, see this dirt road and this fucking big weird house? Yeah. My dad bought this fucking Legion Hall. It was like a giant abandoned meeting place for old men to fucking drink and play cards.
Hide from their wives.
And then, in the 50s, there was a place where you could like rent it out and have your wedding and everything. It was like the community house. They named the street after it. It's Legion Lane, Legion Hall. Right. My dad's like, I'm going to fix this place up. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be my studio. And you're going to be raised in here. I'm just like, all right, whatever.
That's cool.
Cool. I could ride my skateboard inside. You know what I mean? It was just like huge, big fucking barn. So I was just like raised in a barn like an animal, with like no supervision. My parents were just always on some shit doing their thing. I was just left to
in
my
an
own
art
devices.
barn, just in an art barn.
Big old art barn.
It's amazing. Probably
By
great.
the river, you know, just
Bro.
still pretty rough around the edges.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ralphie was already a peewee. He was in the Little West Side Clique.
Right.
And I don't know if that was connected to TVR. It might have been.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but that's how close we were to Tunerville.
Right.
We're literally across the Los Feliz from Tunerville.
Yeah.
Frogtown was the other side.
Yeah.
And he was in Little West Side. And he would claim that and he would start tagging it up.
Yeah.
I'd just copy.
Yeah.
I ran into my dad's garage, got some paint.
Yeah.
Little West Side. Now
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in Little West Side. I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
9.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know what
Banged
this
out.
is, but it's
Yeah.
dope. This is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah.
And Ralphie does it, and that's my guy.
Yeah.
So I just tried to be like him. You know,
Yeah,
that was the
yeah,
first time
yeah.
I ever put a spray can in my hand.
Oh shit.
And it was some auto paint, some
Whoa.
runny, watery bullshit. I didn't even shake it probably, you know, and I'm just like on the LA River, just like drawing on one of those cat things.
Yeah.
You know, the opening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just like drawing on the sides because it had like stripes and I'm like putting a letter in between each stripe. And I was real proud of myself. Like,
Yeah.
that looks pretty.
You were 9.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just, you know, following what my friends did.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And then like, you know, Larry, my parents would always complain and be like, Larry's a little old. You sure you should be hanging out with him?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you're racist.
Yeah.
You just don't want me hanging out with him because he's black.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You know, I
Yeah.
get really aggressive about it. I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
But I knew I could play that card and my liberal parents would be like, all right, you can hang out with him. Fuck off. You know? And like, you know, I'd win that one and then I'd be like, shit, but Larry's kind of advanced. He's
Yeah.
doing some wild shit. He had like a
How old
fucking...
was Larry?
Larry was probably 12,
Oh yeah.
13.
There's a big gap.
I was 9.
It's a bit, dude. 9 to 12 is like.
Yo, man. And when I moved into that neighborhood,
Yeah.
I kind of really was feeling myself. Like in all the other areas I grew up in, I was really like the kind of alpha. And when I got to this neighborhood, dude, these kids were just like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Talk too much.
Yeah.
You're fucking stupid. And
Yeah.
you're white. You're irrelevant.
Yeah.
Just sit back.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride. We're in control. And you're just like, oh, these
yeah.
dudes are all bigger than me and kick the shit out of me. I have to actually obey this.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm like, I want control. I'm gonna be the guy. Wasn't happening. So it was
happening.
like that fucking like sunning that
Yeah.
basically like put me in my place that made me realize like this is how the real world works.
Yeah.
And you gotta fucking work your way up. You're not the man just because you show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really honor that. And like I ran into Larry once on the bus when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And he remembered me and we were like, he had moved the neighborhood or whatever like that.
Was he
I
still
remember-
gangbanging or was he out of it?
I don't think Larry was too smart. He didn't join a gang.
Oh, who was the Pee-wee?
Not-
Who was
Pee-wee was Ralphie.
Ralphie? Okay, gotcha,
Ralphie.
gotcha.
Now Larry's in the foreground.
Okay.
That was my real super tight bro. I used to hang out with him. He had Matchbox car collections and all. You know, when you're a little kid, you're like, oh, he's got all the Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You know, and Star Wars comes out and he's got the Star Wars shit. Lived with his grandma, you know, around the block, and we
Yeah.
would just fucking hang out every day and just fucking chill the fuck out. But he brought this giant baggie of like pinners that looked like fucking toothpicks. And we would go into the river. He had a little boombox. I remember he put on fucking Mr. Crowley by Ozzy, and we
Yes.
smoked like 5 of these toothpicks.
No way.
I didn't even know if they had weed in them.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck is this? You know, and
Yeah.
we had already been pretending we'd smoke weed like at school. There was a lot of racy kids. There was this kid, Gilbert, who was already doing drugs and shit. And he brought coke to school. He's like 10.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, Gilbert's on some shit.
This is like,
Dad
what,
was a
late
drug dealer or
70s, right?
whatever. 81, 82.
81.
By then I was like, you know, a little bit older.
Yeah.
But, you know, getting high in the river with Larry. And I realized, oh, maybe my parents are right. He is kind of a bad influence.
Yeah.
He like, you know, like me and like the 2 other kids that were my age, he'd like make us fight. He'd be like, yo, Dougie's talking shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, he said he could fuck you up.
Yeah.
So then you're fighting and you're like, wait, Larry instigated this.
Larry instigated this. Yeah.
Just wanted to see.
Just for
kids
Larry's
fighting,
pleasure.
you know? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
It's interesting
I
when
love
you,
him for
when
it.
you're a kid and you kind of like, I mean, you're basically unlocking all this like analog shit in my head. Like even thinking
Oh,
about
nice. Yeah,
how
this is
things
a
looked.
trip down memory lane.
No, I can
This is the
smell.
shit.
I can smell it. I can remember like even the graffiti. It was just like it was. I can't explain it, but it had different texture.
Yeah.
It was like it was more robust and beautiful, and like all the chrome and it was different. It was just different. It was just it had more. I don't know. I mean,
But like the actual pieces?
I'm just thinking about everything. Like I'm just thinking
Right.
about being in the space, being in the kid world where you cross a threshold as
Yeah.
a young kid into
Yeah,
another world. Now you're with these kids and they're like, we're shoplifting.
Dude.
And you're like, okay, I'll try that. And all of a sudden like you're being chased by cops. You're like, oh, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
You know, like, and like I remember
Yo,
those
Early
experiences.
stealing is like, yo, like I was gonna get right into that. Like, all right, this is embarrassing. I gotta show it though. Don't make fun of me because I picked Peter Criss. Well, we had to be Kiss. Everybody gets to be painted as Kiss, right? But when you're into Kiss,
I didn't have any.
Do that?
No, Kiss was not. I had Slick on.
That was not your thing. Oh, because you're a little bit older.
And he was talking about but not by too much, but a little bit.
Right.
And he's talking about like him and Eric were going to be guys from Kiss. I had no connection to Kiss. I couldn't tell you nothing.
70s Kiss.
I was aware of it.
It was perfect timing for us, man. Perfect timing.
Right. So, it was such a huge thing for everybody.
Look at this, dude. If you notice, I got the iron-on shirt that if you got caught in a fire, that would like singe to your chest,
melt to your chest. Yeah,
that was the like urban myth.
Yeah,
Nanu.
Oh yeah,
Morky Man.
Oh yeah, Morky
So
Man.
my Kiss on my face. I was pop culture addict.
Yeah,
anything. I'm just devouring it quickly. Just like everything on TV.
Yeah,
anything, whatever. Three Stooges, Little Rascals, whatever. So, anyways, I bring this up because if you're into Kiss, you got to fucking have all the cards, and I don't have money. My parents don't have money. I'm immediately stealing. In every store that has Kiss cards, I'm just walking in.
Like trading cards.
Tops.
Oh, really?
Comes with the bubble gum, and one's a sticker, and the other ones have the like. You collect the whole collection, and you can flip it over, and it's got a poster on the back. Oh yeah. So that's a little before your time, maybe. But
what's the main guy's
collecting
name?
Cards. Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons was the
genius of business.
The genius of merchandising. Like he's like a
dude. That's why we were into it.
Right.
We were into packaging.
Yeah.
The music was like ancillary.
Yeah.
It was just the package, dude. You're like, the logo's dope.
Yeah.
Their faces are painted. This dude drips blood and blows fire out of his mouth, like demon boots, and then the space guy. It's just packaging. It's a cartoon.
What's crazy too is that
so good
is that shtick has been replayed so many times in the past like 50 years, like before Alice Cooper to Kiss to fucking Ozzy and then now if you're paying attention, the rappers got a hold of it, and now the rappers are like playing with the devil. I'm a vampire.
Right.
I'm a woman. Like they got to that stage where they're
Isham, the original satanic rapper.
You're going pretty
Detroit.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm an old guy, man.
I know Isham.
I gotta bring Isham.
You're going back.
You know, he predates.
What about Brother Lynch Hung? You ever fuck with Brother Lynch Hung?
Of course.
Brother Lynch Hung was sick.
Hell yeah.
Brother Lynch Hung was really good.
Dude, I had to meet up with some Midwestern dudes to get down with Isham. There was this kid that moved out here from Michigan.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, shit you like's cool, but what about this?
Right.
It's pretty horrible, but
that stuff was not.
He was worshiping Satan.
It was still underground.
Oh, yeah.
Now, commercially, it's like the rappers.
3-6.
Huh?
3-6.
3-6.
Can you beat that? You can't beat. Everybody's still like sniffing their vapors.
I never thought about that.
It's still like even the New York dudes. I mean,
I forget it was 3-6.
3-6 Mafia.
You forget. You hear the name so many million times. You forget they have 666.
You can't. It's still out there.
Yeah.
It's just getting copied.
Yeah. The devil's always going to sell records. That's his one job.
I just think that crew were genius. Like I think all those guys were just brilliant.
Yeah.
DJ Paul.
Yeah.
They're just
3-6 is amazing.
And they're billionaires.
Amazing.
They're fucking genius guys.
Genius guys.
Yeah.
That is a great picture, by the way.
Yeah. You know, I'm gloating. I'm just throwing this out there. Here, can I get into some skateboard culture?
Yes.
So this is a pure LA love podcast for me. Like, I just want to like share LA love.
Let's go.
Shit. All right. San Fernando Valley, probably 1977.
We're still in the 70s.
Dude, I'll get out. I'll make it quick. We'll get out. We'll get out. But just want to fucking like flex that this is me on the fucking, I don't know, what is this called? It wasn't a Veriflex. It was a something flex. It was an aluminum skateboard that flexed in the middle, had OJ1s and fucking Apex trucks, which are trash, but like nobody even remembers Apex trucks.
I don't know what that is.
It was before Z-Flex. I'm telling you. This is some fucking old man shit. So this is me with my fucking chili bowl haircut and my fake Big Daddy Roth Van t-shirt. And look at these pads from like tennis or what is it? No, volleyball pads.
Yep.
And the striped socks. I'm dripping, dude. Look at that drip.
The drip is out of control.
Look at that. And the fucking Tough Skins cutoffs. Forget about it.
I remember this.
Killing it.
I understand this.
I look better then than I'll ever will.
I had those knee pads. I don't know why, but I had those.
Because we didn't have Rectors yet. It was just those.
Why was I wearing knee pads?
Dude,
I don't know.
You see it in the magazines.
Listen,
like,
I did a few years, and you find pictures. I'm literally wearing brown corduroys. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Here's the other flex. Maybe before your time. Okay, there were two types of people. There were the Pal Peralta people and the Santa Cruz people.
Right.
we were fucking Santa Cruz people. Even though Mario, he had the Kryptonics Mickey Alba, but Salvo was a fucking Santa Cruz dude. And I had the Dwayne Peters. And you know about Dwayne Peters? Watch that dude's documentary. I swear to God, Dwayne Peters is the illest. Dude, there's only one person iller than fucking him, and that's Jay Adams. And from your hood.
Yeah.
Jay Adams.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly where Dwayne was from, but he was the punkest, illest, scariest dude.
Really?
And at this age, this little punk ass kid was enamored. I was just like, this guy is bleeding out of his mouth.
Yeah.
He just slammed in the upland combi pool, trying to front side drop in, roll in, just fucking cold, falls on his face. He's bleeding all over his bib. He gets back on, does a front side from fucking corner to corner. I don't know if you're a skater, you know anything about what I'm talking about, but it was like the gnarliest trick to do after your mouth is like bloody.
Yeah.
He's just like gets up, and I was like, that's it. That's my guy. Fucking, where's his skateboard?
You're sold.
And like my dad could barely afford it. We went to Val Surf because my mom knew the guy at Val Surf, and we got a fucking discount. And I had the skateboard. Dude, that was the dream, to have the fucking Dwayne Peters by Santa Cruz in 1980.
Yeah,
forget it, man.
I don't know Dwayne Peters.
Pure flex. And look, dude, again, the drip, the fucking OP shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure we had the fucking
the OP shirts.
Vans slip-ons.
And there wasn't many choices back then. It wasn't like, you can build a bear whatever you want to your exact specs now. But like back then, it was like you had to pick from a few things.
Yeah. Well, there's red and blue, brown and beige,
yeah,
and then blue and gray slip-ons. And the only Vans shop was in Eagle Rock, I think. But anyways, I can't get us out of the fucking 70s.
We're still in the 70s. It's been an hour.
Check this out. All right, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We have to move into...
We're going into the 80s now.
Okay, now
this is one of the first works of art I can say was like commercial...
You did this flyer?
For hire, yes.
Fuck.
It's a paste up. I ripped off these eyes from the Wolverine comic. Frank Miller. I stole those. But I drew these slamming dudes. Look, it's unity. It's a thrasher, a skinhead, and a punk dude.
So
they're all fucking slamming together.
Can we get bigger on this? I want this.
Yeah.
Do you still have a hard copy of this?
So I'm giving you all this shit. Actually, my buddy Tony,
look at the eyes
that we used to go to the show.
Oh wow.
That's fucking dope. I was going for it, but I am admitting that I fucking bit those eyes off of Frank Miller.
I mean, yeah.
But look,
that's so dope.
Again, it's like these are long forgotten bands, but like each one of these bands for this genre were like defining.
Let's open up. Let's zoom in more. I want to see more.
How do I do this? Full screen?
Is
there even a full
Apple
screen?
Plus, I think.
All right.
Or the Command
Plus.
What do I do?
Command Plus?
I think you can zoom in. You can keep zooming.
All right.
I want to see.
Oh
shit. Yeah. And
then
you
want just the eyes?
I just want to move around. Look at Death Angel.
Dude, Death Angel. War God didn't really like make the cut later.
Look at this. This is so sick. This is
these little slamming dudes.
Dude.
And here's the illest shit. All right. This show was at the Balboa Theater on Manchester and Vermont in the fucking hood.
Whoa.
Like, dude, we had to take the Vermont bus all the way south.
Yeah.
And Brave, like, I only went if this dude Mike would go with us, because he was like, you ever see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Mm-hmm.
You know the Indian dude?
Yeah.
That was Mike.
He was like that.
He was huge.
He was brolic
As fuck.
Right.
And we were like, and he had long ass hair, just like that dude.
Oh, wow.
And he would come with us to the shows. I mean, he was down. He loved the music too.
Yeah.
But if he couldn't go, I'd be like, shit,
You're over
man,
it.
Mike's not going. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Balboa? I mean, dudes would get stuck up outside. Like, it wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
Like, we'd drive home and there'd be a fucking like Celica, like just like implanted in the Burger King.
Right.
Like someone had just driven into the Burger King. We're on the bus and we're just like, oh, glad we missed that. On the way home. See ya. Yeah, it was hairy, man. And if we didn't go on the bus, there was this fucking van that it was like this speed metal group called Détente. And I don't know, they didn't really make it very big, except Ross from Détente invented nu metal. That's the one cool thing about that band. You can look that up too. And he's cool with Limp Bizkit and all those guys. He produced those records. Oh, anyways, not a big accolade if you're not a fan, but and I'm not actually.
Can you move down so we can see the rest of this close up?
Sure.
This is awesome.
But we would go in their van, and their van had a giant hole in the floor, and the carbon monoxide would just fill up inside the van, and we would have to open up the back doors and just let it go out on the freeway, and be like, "Fuck, either die by carbon monoxide or fall out of the back of the van.
This flyer is amazing.
So these are all fucking cutouts. I didn't draw those logos, but like, I was having fun.
Dude, so cool.
Dude, Possessed, the first 7 churches by Possessed is a fucking
Cryptic
classic.
Slaughter.
We Have Arrived by Dark Angel, the first We Have Arrived. That's a killer album. And Cryptic Slaughter, that's your Santa Monica boys.
Yeah, I know the name.
Old
I don't
school.
know the music.
So they would do a lot of shows with Excel.
Oh, okay.
And I loved them because their music was so chaotic. It was like their drummer was really young. He could barely play the speed of the fucking music. It just sounded like chaos. Like it was just like so fast. Like they were trying to play above their ability. And it really worked. It really worked. And then Tormentor, here's another fucking sidebar. Tormentor's guitar player was from Compton.
Oh.
Black dude. And we were friends with them. And they were like, yo, you should come to one of our practices. It's at the guitarist's house.
Yeah.
So we fucking took the bus through downtown to Compton to go see Tormentor play in their little garage and just stand there and just like have them blast us with the music.
Yeah.
And dude, on our way home, we're on the bus and this is like a mixed crew of like whatever. Like most of my friends were Hispanic kids.
Yeah.
And all these cars were driving by just looking at us like, what are you doing here?
Right.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Just like, it was worth it. It was worth it. So a lot of kind of risking your neck just to like be a fan of this kind of music.
Yeah.
And this was that kind of crossover. Like punk was still happening, but then all the fucking like metal that was coming in was so extreme that even the punk bands were starting to switch over.
Right.
And that was like, Excel was doing that. Like they were kind of half metal, half punk kind of thing.
Right.
And again, all right, so I'm just going to keep talking because I'm just a motor mouth, but I'm going to like segue this to how I met Adam, who is Rev.
Yes.
And the fucking origins of KSN. All right, now we'll go into that.
Okay.
All right, now we're off me. Fuck this. Seen enough of this. All right, so John Burroughs Junior High School. Basically, the hotbed of fucking West Side graffiti.
Right.
Like everybody has their story about like their part of town and whoever did it first. If you did it first, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't dispute it.
Yes.
At all. But I'm going to tell you a nugget of West Side graffiti history, right?
Okay.
All right. So John Burroughs Junior High School, I get bused there from Atwater, and I heard somebody on maybe one of your podcasts decrying the sort of like magnet program, the thing where like kids get separated because they're like, you're smart, you're dumb, you don't get to go, you get to go, So I was kind of like treated like an inner city kid. They were like, all right, you passed the test or whatever, you're a bad kid. I had a teacher, Mr. Black, who he saw was like a fuck up, but he was sort of like, oh, well, in 5th grade, he got put in the ESL class because he was so fucked up, they thought he was retarded. So for the last 3 months of 5th grade, my teacher just did it to torture me.
Yeah.
Because I used to like bring my dad's staple gun to class and like shoot staples into her hair.
Yeah.
Just because she had this big wig and I was like, she's never going to feel it.
Yeah.
It's not going to touch her scalp because it's like this big bouffant.
Yeah.
I just wanted to test it and see if I could do it.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, what's that sound? Because the staple guns are loud, like, pow, pow.
Yeah.
And I'd hide it. So she hated my guts. I hated her guts. She put me in the retard class for the last 3 months of 5th grade. And then my 6th grade teacher, super cool guy, definitely gay, amazing, open-minded dude.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he saw that I had read that book, The Outsiders, really quickly. And he was just like, oh, you can actually read?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, maybe we'll give you this test. I get in. I end up in fucking John Burroughs.
Right.
All the fucking graffiti writers went there.
Yeah.
Every single writer that started West Side graffiti was at John Burroughs.
Huh.
Like there might have been a few at Emerson.
Where's John
like,
Burroughs?
John Burroughs is in Hancock Park. So right off of Wilshire. It's like between 6th Street and Wilshire on, I can't remember. Near La Brea. It's an old brick building. It looks like a classic thing.
Yep.
So you've got fucking, Soon went there.
Oh, wow.
Minor, Rival, PJ, all the West Coast dudes were there. And then me, Rise, Rev, who else was there? Alski. I put that in my notes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So Alex Alonso has a podcast now.
Okay.
I haven't talked to him since like 1984.
Right.
I see him on the internet. He's doing this thing called Gangster Chronicles.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's a podcast about LA gangs.
Okay.
And he's I think was a gang counselor. And that's something that got him access to a lot of people. So he's been doing these interviews for years now, probably like 3 or 4 years.
Is it on YouTube too?
Yeah, for sure.
I think I see that stuff on I know there's a couple of them, but maybe I've seen his on Instagram in a YouTube clip.
Yeah. So
I love watching that stuff.
He's like an original writer. Like that dude, there's only a few people that predate him in my mind.
Yeah.
But again, everyone has their own, like there's the LA Bomb Squad and crime and all that stuff was happening simultaneously. I'm not taking that away from them. Those guys were doing it.
Yes.
Fucking doing it. And that's another guy that you should have on, Crime or even Prime.
Oh, dude, love to.
Have those guys on, man. And look, all right, since we're on that subject, I'm going to connect one more little dot just because it's so obscure and weird.
Okay.
So I told you my dad's an artist, right? Skept STN.
Yep.
His father was my father's teacher.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So weird.
We loved his dad.
Yeah.
Like his dad was like a mentor to my dad. And he was a really fucking amazing, cool guy. Like very hard living, tough fucking character.
Yeah.
And he lived on Traction Avenue in fucking downtown, like when it was cool, like in the 70s.
He was your dad's teacher.
He was my dad's
teacher. How old
teacher.
is Skept?
He's my age, but his dad had that like late probably.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking the coolest fucking guy. Anybody that met Matsumi, his dad, Mike, he just started calling himself Mike because he's like, you're not gonna be able to pronounce my Japanese name, so you know.
Okay,
but
anyways, let's pause for 1 second.
Okay.
Because I have to order some food or I'm gonna pass out.
Go ahead.
Do you guys need anything?
Again,
no,
like,
I forgot to order.
My stories will never end. I'm filling in so much. I could probably omit half the shit I'm telling you.